You know, when a company like Monster Beverage drops its quarterly results, the market definitely pays attention. But this time, wow, it wasn't just another report, it was a real statement. So today, we're going to unpack the powerhouse numbers and the global strategy behind Monster's record-smashing quarter. Okay, let's just dive right into this. We're not easing into the shallow end here, we are jumping straight into the headline news. Monster just delivered a quarter for the absolute history books. And here it is, the number that is everyone talking, $2.2 billion in net sales. And just to be crystal clear, that isn't just a big number, it's the single highest quarterly net sales in the company's entire history. A massive, massive achievement. But, that record revenue is only half the story. The really impressive part is how that success flowed right down to the bottom line. I mean, look at this. Operating income soared over 40%, and net income jumped over 41%. Think about that for a second. Their profits grew way faster than their sales. That is the sign of a company that's just getting more and more efficient and profitable on every single can they sell. So, what's fueling this fire? Well, in the CEO's own words, it's not just a Monster story, it's an industry story. The entire global energy drink market is just booming right now, creating this powerful tailwind that Monster is, well, they're riding it masterfully. And hey, this is not just a domestic success story, not by a long shot. Let's zoom out and look at the global picture, because Monster's international game is stronger than it has ever been. For the first time ever, a record 43% of Monster's sales came from outside the US and Canada. This is a huge milestone. It really shows their transformation from a US-focused brand into a true global powerhouse, with, still a ton of room to grow. And this growth is happening literally everywhere. It doesn't matter where you look on the map. The demand for energy drinks is exploding. We're talking double-digit growth across every single major region. And that Asia-Pacific market, with a staggering 20% growth, that is a particularly bright spot for sure. Now, here's a stat that really caught my eye. You might think the European market is pretty mature, right? Well, get this. 1 in 4 energy drink consumers there are brand new to the category. They're switching from coffee, from juice, from water. This means the market isn't just growing by selling more to the same people, it's actively pulling in a whole new type of customer. So, with the whole market on fire, how exactly is Monster winning? Let's break down their formula: the brand, the marketing, and of course the key products that are driving this incredible performance. So where is all that growth coming from? Well, a huge piece of the puzzle is the Zero Sugar Ultra family. It grew by an incredible 29% in the US alone. This isn't just another product. It's a whole strategic platform that taps right into that broader, more health-conscious consumer trend, and its growth is just relentless. And of course, you just can't talk about Monster without talking about their marketing. They are absolute masters of brand visibility. It's not about running traditional ads. It's about embedding themselves into high-energy culture. By sponsoring teams like McLaren and Formula One and huge events like the UFC and X Games, they connect with their audience in a really authentic way. They're not just selling a drink, they're selling a lifestyle. And that is how you build a fiercely loyal global following. The company also talked a lot about something called Revenue Growth Management, or RGM. I know, it sounds like some dry corporate jargon, but it's actually a really smart, surgical strategy. So instead of just raising prices across the board, it's about carefully optimizing prices and promotions. Like maybe they'll offer a multi-pack discount at a big grocery store, but keep that single can price firm at a gas station. It's the smart balancing act of getting the most revenue without scaring off consumers, and they seem to have perfected it. But Monster isn't a company that just rests on its laurels. A key part of their whole strategy is to never, ever stand still. So let's take a little peek into their innovation pipeline to see how they plan to keep this amazing momentum going. And wow, what a pipeline it is. Just take a look at the roadmap for the first half of 2026. It is absolutely packed with new flavors, whole new product lines like those strawberry shots, and even a move into the wellness space with something called Storm Energy. This is a company that is always creating new reasons for you to walk over to that cooler. Now, out of all those new products, FLRT is definitely the one to watch. This is more than just a new drink. It's a whole new brand, a whole new platform, specifically focused on women. It's a really significant strategic move designed to attract a demographic that, historically, has been kind of underserved by this category. With 4 unique, zero-sugar flavors, this isn't just a new product. It could be a whole new growth engine for the entire company. Okay, so no company is perfect, and to give you the full, balanced picture, we do have to look at one area that isn't quite firing on all cylinders: their venture into alcoholic beverages. The contrast on the slide really couldn't be more stark, could it? While the core energy drink business just surged, up almost 18%, the much smaller alcohol segment actually declined by 17%. It's a pretty clear sign that all their success in energy drinks hasn't quite translated over to the beer and hard seltzer aisle, at least not yet. So here's the crucial takeaway. While the alcohol segment is definitely facing some headwinds, you have to remember it's a tiny part of the overall business. The main engine, that global energy drink machine, is running stronger than ever. It's just being powered by incredible international growth and a relentless pace of innovation. And that leaves us with the big question, right? Monster is in an incredibly powerful position right now. They've got a growing market, dominant brands, a packed innovation pipeline. The strategy is clear. The challenge now is all about execution. So how will they leverage all these strengths to fend off competitors and continue this remarkable run? Well, that's the story to watch.